Hello. You know what's in these? It's top secret.
Well, working 3 jobs, living out of the car. Mama never told me life would get this hard. Running around the world playing my guitar. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me, I'm a honky-tonk star.
Hello, my name is Adam Hossemeyer. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about some of my top secret soft plastic baits that I use when I'm out fishing. So what I do is I try to organize just my favorite baits in one of these two little containers. So when I'm out fishing, all I have to do is I go straight to these bags and pull out whatever bait I need. Now in my boat itself, I have just stacks and stacks and stacks of soft plastic lures stored in various things. But I found that this is the easiest way to access just the baits that I use all the time. So I put my very favorite ones in these bags so I can easily access them while I'm out fishing. I try to keep my colors fairly simple. I use a dark and a natural color. That's pretty easy to remember when you're out buying baits and everything, but in general, the colors I like to use are black and blue, blue and black, Okeechobee crawl, and sometimes watermelon red. So in my favorite baits category, you'll see that that's the majority of the colors that I use. So we'll start off with this is kind of a creature bait / crawl ones here. So we'll just pull all these out. And we'll start with the Yum Woolly Bully. And these seem to have a lot of action in the water when they're floating down. So if I want a bait with a lot of action, when I'm flipping and pitching, I'll use the Yum Woolly Bully. Sorry, I can't ever remember what it's called. And a few years ago, I just bought a whole bunch of these because I figured out that these are the baits that I like to use. So I kind of forgot what they're called actually. But anyway, the Yum Woolly Bully. Definitely one of my favorite baits that I have. And like I say, I have those in black and blue and Okeechobee crawl. So that's the majority of those. I also have D-Bomb. These are all just little pitching and flipping baits. D-Bomb in the black and blue. And these have a little bit less action. So when I'm wanting a little bit less action, I'll use either the D-Bomb or also I'll use the Reaction Innovations beaver top bait, because those don't have just a whole lot of action on the fall. They just kind of glide, and they just don't do a lot. So, and sometimes the fish prefer something with less action than more action. So you just kind of figure out day to day what the fish are wanting. So that's those two baits. That's kind of my flipping and pitching favorite baits right there. And I also keep some, let's see, yeah, Reaction Innovation. These in the Okeechobee crawl. Also found that the Hematoma is a really good, color to use too. So if I'm going out, if I only have 2 packs of Reaction Innovations Sweet Beaver, I'll have a Hematoma and Okeechobee crawl always on deck. So that's that. And also has some baby rage tail crawls. And again, these are in black and blue and Okeechobee crawl. Pretty easy. Now, I don't ever use these individually. These are always used for my jig trailer for my favorite jig, which is the spot remover jig. And it's really a tiny, kind of a mini jig, but it's nice and heavy, almost a ½ ounce. So I really do like that jig. It's my favorite jig just to fish in general all the time. And I found that these trailers, these baby rage tail crawls are great trailer baits for those. So again, I have black and blue and Okeechobee crawl. And that's pretty much the only 2 colors I carry in that. Probably my favorite just all around general bait is a oldie but a goodie. And that's the baby brush hog. Right there, baby brush hog. This is in black and blue. I also have like a watermelon color and those seem to be the colors that I use the most. I'm running low on the blue fleck, and then I'm kind of out of watermelon right now, so I'll have to get some more before the springtime. But those are kind of my favorite baits, my go-to baits as far as flipping and pitching go, and overall soft plastics. So I always keep these on deck so I can know exactly where they are. I used to keep all these baits in just the blue one, but then it was starting to get kind of overran with baits, and I couldn't find them very easily. So I put all my flipping and pitching baits in the blue one, and then I went to another one, to this other one here. I put my finesse baits and my Senkos. So my go-to Senko color, I have a ton of different Senko colors, probably just about like everybody else does. But my go-to Senko color is watermelon and red and green flake, which is I call it Christmas tree. And I think, oh, I got some right here. Watermelon, red and green flake. If I fished in a Senko, more than likely I'm fishing this color right here. Now also, I will occasionally fish watermelon red and that. And a Senko, to me, is more of a clear water bait, so I really don't have a lot of dark colors in that, because in my opinion, if you're going to be out fishing a Senko, the water needs to be at least fairly clear. So these are pretty much the only colors that I fish. Nothing seems to beat the Yamamoto. It just seems to have the best sink rate and the best wiggle when it falls. So, but they're a little bit more expensive. And then the rest of these are kind of my straight tail worm collection, and the fish on drop shot. And I'm not just a huge drop shot guy. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. So I have just a natural color. It's just a natural sexy shad color, which is pretty nice. And then also have a swamp crawler, which is kind of a darker type color. So watermelon with a blue streak in it, and that's pretty nice. Then I have some other, I forgot what these are called. Robo worms. I have several packs and sizes of robo worm, but occasionally I try not to finesse fish just a whole lot. I mean, it's the last resort for me, and it's more of a what I kind of grew up in tournaments fishing. Like if you're out fishing in Oklahoma with one of these things right here, you're not going to win a tournament. That's all there is to it, because I mean, unless it's just one of those days where they'll bite absolutely nothing, and the only thing you can catch, and everybody's catching absolutely nothing, the only thing you can catch any kind of fish on at all is a drop shot. But generally in Oklahoma, if you're fishing a tournament and you're resorting to use a finesse bait like one of these, you've already lost. So I try not to use a lot of these unless I'm just out fun fishing and just trying to get a bite, any kind of bite at all. That's the way I kind of store my favorite soft plastic baits, just so I can have quick access to them. And hopefully you've enjoyed watching this video a little bit, so to see some of my secret baits, which aren't secret at all. But that's just the way I do it. And also saves me a little bit of money too, because I'm only ever buying, pretty much just restocking these 2 bags. So when I go into a bait store, or a bait shop, I'm only looking to replace what's in these bags already, so I'm not just buying random stuff. And you know how it is when you go into a bait store and there's this huge row of baits, and you start looking around, next thing you know, you got a whole basket full. I try not to do that, so I really just try to restock what's in these and go from there. Now I will find a bait from time to time and try it out, and if it makes it in one of these, then that's great. But sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And then when you're going out and assessing all your fishing stuff, all you have to do is look through these 2 bags and see what you have to replenish. So I know from going through this, my Senko bag, that I need to restock my watermelon, red, and green fleck worm Senkos, and for the next time I go fishing. So got a brand new pack on deck, and then also I know that I'm gonna need some more baby brush hogs to put in here, because I only have just a few black and blue left and have 0 green pumpkins. So it's just a kind of easy way to do it when you're out in a boat, because you always don't have time or want to open everything up and try to find everything. I've tried using these big binders before, put all my worms and stuff in there. It just takes too long. I get frustrated with it. So I found out this is the easiest way for me to do it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.